Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your boy Big Bomber here, and I'm glad to see you guys today. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope y'all are all having a good, safe 3-4 day weekend, however many days you took off to make this extended. I get why you did it. Today, the movie review is about A Quiet Place 2, a movie that's on my list of anticipated films for 2021. And I couldn't wait to see, and let me just jump right into it. So A Quiet Place 2, once again, directed, written, and acted in by John Krasinski, starring also his real-life wife, who plays his wife in this, Emily Blunt, and also Millicent Simmons plays the older daughter who is hearing impaired, and also Noah Jupe, who was in the first one as well, and of course their newborn baby. I don't have his name, but the newborn baby is in the film. There's a baby, you got a baby in the film. So anyway, let me tell you the synopsis. So this synopsis picks up where Quiet Place 1 ended, and this picks up right after that. So I'm glad it wasn't no 30 or 40 years later. They just pick right up. And so what I dig about this is that this time around, it's not staying small and contained where you're focused on just the Abbott family. That's already been done. So wisely, the screenplay picks up and says, we need to expand and go outside of the confines of their safe farmhouse that they, I guess, soundproofed so that they could live and survive in a age that has creatures walking around that got here by meteor. So they venture out, which is brilliant. This is exactly where the script needed to go. We didn't need to see the same thing in Quiet Place 1 replayed again, but just bigger and better and all that stuff. This film just says, all right, let's take the next logical conclusion. At some point, they're going to have to get out of their confines and find out, are there other people out there? And if so, is there help out there? And if there's help out there, we need it because we have a sick child and we have a bunch of other things that they probably need to restock upon at this point in time. So Quiet Place 2 is written smartly. I love it. Now, another standout piece about this will be the acting. So again, Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, Noah Jupe. I mean, you're playing a role where you have to do most of the acting with your face because it's a quiet place. You can't speak the lines in places. You have to be quiet because if you're not quiet, those creatures will come and attack you. They attack sound. That's what we learn about these creatures. So Millicent and Noah Jupe, they just, man, the way they express terror, fear, frantic decisions making, and just all out panic was great. And Emily Blunt the same way. So easily they could win awards for their acting because usually you don't see this great acting, especially in horror movies, you don't see it. And I know this is probably more on the thriller suspense side, but you could call it a horror movie as well. It probably qualifies. So this one has the acting going for it. It has a great script. And I would say John Krasinski, not only being a great actor, but he really shows his directorial chops here because there's just some of the scenes and the cinematography done by the cinematographer to shoot some of the scenes at some angles that help sell the idea that they're trying to put across on the screen. I'm trying not to speak in spoiler terms so that you, will go see it as well and also see for yourself. But just, there's a way to line up scenes, and the fact that he already knows this already in his second movie says that we're going to see a lot of great films from this guy. So John Krasinski, not only just a good actor and an all-around likable guy, but he could be up there in terms of the higher pantheon of great directors because he already gets the sense of scope and emotion and feel. And there's a lot of feels in this movie as well. So what do I think? Is this movie better than the first one? Well, I think it's hard to put the lightning in the bottle again and make a movie that has that same kind of impact. What I will say, just like the first one though, it doesn't disappoint at all. So don't know if I'd say it was better. I can't say it was worse. I would say that it does what it needs to do, which is take the story out there, take it more beyond just what's happening to this family, because there's more interesting ideas that can be had when you do that. And they did that here on the second one. So it is left open where there can be a third part to this, and that I'm willing to see as well. So once again, standout performances by all the actors, great script, love the direction of this, love the writing, and love just this basic overall film. I think this is the film that's going to get people back out watching films again. If you're a true cinephile like me, you know that it's not just about watching the movie at home. It's about having that full-on theater experience of having a theater full of people who are gasping, sighing, and maybe even laughing with you during certain scenes, right? That are meant to be funny and all of that. There's something that you just can't replace with that. Social distancing just doesn't work, right? Because we're social animals. So maybe it's distance, it's spatial distancing, but it can't be social distancing. We're just too social, and movies prove that. So I think you can go to the movies, you can see this film, and I think you can stand up and cheer. Now the ending might be different for some folks. Some of you may want it to go on longer, but I don't mind where they ended the film, and I think it's good. And I think when we see the third one, we might see the first trilogy that actually all three films are spectacular, not just two are really good and the third one sucks. I think they're left open to do a really good part 3. And I hope they do that, because I kind of enjoyed this universe with the Abbott family and just seeing the normal instinct for survival to keep pushing on, and then seeing it through the eyes of an adult, Emily, and also seeing it through the eyes of the children who are saying this is going to have to be the world I adopt when all the adults die off if we don't do something to get rid of these creatures. So all in all, go see it. It's a great movie to bring everyone back to the movies this Memorial Day weekend. So go see it, and I'll meet you in the comments section, and we'll talk more about this film. All right, this is Vega Bomber, and I'm out.